What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and on this episode we will be continuing our series looking at the top 3 trade candidates for each position. Today's position is that of shortstop. But before we get into it, make sure if you haven't already done so, you smash that subscribe button as we are trying to continue growing this community. So let's get into it. As we look at the first name up on my list, it is a player that has been kind of declining the last several years, and it is Didi Gregorius of the Philadelphia Phillies. I think that Philadelphia is going to be looking at Carlos Correa going into the start of the regular season following the lockout. If the Phillies decide to pivot from Didi as their shortstop, they could easily put him up on the market. I think that while Didi isn't the defender that he once was, he is still an above average defender at the position, and if given the right circumstances and the right situation, Didi could get back to being the offensive player we kind of saw him be a couple of years ago in the Bronx. Yes, this past season was an injury-shortened season for Didi Gregorius, and he did not play up to his potential. But I think going into 2022, a healthy Didi Gregorius could be a very valuable asset to a contending team that might be in need of a shortstop. While Didi's never been the premium offensive shortstop, this is a well-rounded combination following his years in New York. I think going into 2022, this could be a player that could be useful depending on the situation. Now, the next player up on my list is that of Jorge Polanco. Again, when it comes to this position of shortstop, I think that there are some valuable players who could be looking to get traded to a different team and be a part of a contending situation. Now, the situation in Minnesota could be a situation where they decide to keep him, but that is going to be dependent on how they get out of the gate. I think going into the 2022 season, the Minnesota Twins are going to try to compete. But if they find themselves falling out of contention as they did in 2021, I can very easily see them moving this switch-hitting shortstop. While not being the greatest defender, offensively, this could be one of the better shortstops in baseball given the right circumstances. With protection in a lineup, this could be a very valuable asset towards the lower half of a contending team's lineup. While never a great defender, his ability to be on the field just about every single day, and the versatility of being able to play shortstop, second base, and possibly even third base while being a switch hitter will make Jorge Polanco quite valuable going into the 2022 campaign. Now, as we look at the number 1 player on my list, it is that of Eugenio Suarez of the Cincinnati Reds. I think when you look at what Suarez could be, this could be a very valuable asset. Now, yes, 2021 was a bit of a down season compared to his last several, but going into this new campaign, I think that the position switch from third base to shortstop caused a little bit of friction with his offense. Going into the 2022 season as a regular everyday shortstop, I think Suarez will get back to being the offensive threat that we saw him be at the hot corner. Trading for a guy like Eugenio Suarez could be very beneficial to several teams. I think that because of that versatility of being able to play third base, shortstop, or possibly even second base, this could be a very valuable asset. We know that this player has home run power, as we've seen him hit a career high 49 home runs just a couple of seasons ago. Getting back to being comfortable and fully healthy will allow Eugenio Suarez to be a very valuable asset for a contending team. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. What is the best landing spot for these shortstops? Where will they end up? What kind of trade would your team make to acquire one of these players? Is there a different player that you think would be more likely to be traded from the shortstop position? Let me know all of these things down in the comment section below. As always, keep it locked in to the entire GLMG family with the Granny Geek Show, We Sibs, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast by hitting that subscribe button on all 3 channels. So I want to thank you guys for joining us here. Keep it locked into the Baseball Banter Broadcast as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball.